Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to build an advanced inbound customer service agent inside of VAPI. Let's do it. All right, so I built a couple different VAPI voice agents on my channel before. They're more beginner to intermediate level. In this video today, we're going to take a step up in complexity, and we're going to be using VAPI workflows to build a pretty complex inbound customer service voice agent that can route callers down different paths based off what they say, that can send emails to them dynamically based off the track that they take, that can transfer them to a live sales rep, for example, if they want more details, and that can take them down a bunch of different flows conditionally based off what they say. So the voice agent we're going to build in this video isn't going to be this complex, but by the end of this video, you'll be able to build something like this pretty easily with the fundamental lessons that I teach you in this video. All right, so without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to come into VAPI here, and we're going to go to workflows, and we're just going to create a new workflow, and we're going to start from scratch. Okay, so we're just going to launch in here, and it's going to bring us to our canvas. Okay, if you've ever used a tool like BotPress or something like that, where you're brought to these canvases, it's pretty intuitive. Essentially, you get these nodes where you can like prompt your agent to say things, and then you can, essentially drag this line and create different branches of logic based off what they say. Okay. So in this video, we're going to be pretending to be a movie theater, your favorite local movie theater. And we're going to be pretending that right now we have a live full-time employee answering our phone whenever a caller has questions about our movie theater. All right. Now, we don't want to pay that person anymore. We'd rather just have an AI voice agent, answer all of our customers' queries automatically. All right. It's much cheaper. It's much more efficient. So what we're going to do in this video is we're going to have 3 different paths. The first path is essentially just going to be somebody calling our movie theater and wanting to know more about showtimes. In that case, we're just going to build a very simple flow that's going to direct them to our website, and then we'll hang up. The second path is going to be somebody who wants to book like a birthday party at our movie theater, at which case we're going to take down their name and their email address, and then we're actually going to send them an automated email built off of our flow here in make.com, basically letting them know details about our birthday package. All right. And then the last flow is going to be somebody who calls and they're interested in opening a new movie theater or something, and they want to talk to our corporate team. And we're going to actually transfer them live to our corporate sales rep in this flow. And so that's what we're going to do. So let's start with our first node here. So this is our introduction node. And so this is going to be our first message. Okay. And how this works in VAPI is essentially we have these different node types. So conversation nodes, API request, transfer call, end call, and then this tool node. We're going to be using the first 4 today. Okay. So this conversation node is essentially, giving VAPI what you actually want the voice agent to say. What is the conversation actually going to be? All right. And so our first message is going to be something like, hello, my name is Paige, and I am your ABC movie theater customer assistant, or customer service assistant, if I could type. How can I help you today? Okay, and then we're going to give it a prompt. We're basically going to tell it how to act. Okay, so we're going to say something like, you're a polite professional AI assistant handling inbound calls. Be upbeat and positive sounding, who is happy to help them. Greet the caller, ask how you can help, and listen carefully. Respond concisely, and wait for the caller's input before continuing. Okay, so we're basically just giving it its personality, telling it how to behave. Okay, so that is that. Now, what we want to do now is build our first path. Remember, our first path is going to be somebody calling in for movie times, and we're just going to direct them to our website. Okay, so just a simple flow, just to get the hang of using this canvas. So I'm gonna add a new node. It's gonna be another conversation node. All right, and I'm just gonna drop this in over here and connect these nodes together. Okay, and you can see here that immediately you get this like little conditional tag here. Okay, and so I want to update this to basically be like, user mentions any of the following. Okay, and now we can give it like conditional logic to analyze, and then based off what the user asks help with, we can send them down different flows based off their answer. So if they mention anything about movie times or today's showings or specific movie titles or the rating of a movie, anything about movies today, All right. We're going to send them down this first flow. Okay. So we have just updated the logic there. All right. And so now we're going to come to the conversation node and we're going to basically give it its first message. Now let's pretend that, we have two different URLs on our site, one of rated R movies and one of PG-13 movies. Okay. And so in this example, we'll say, okay, sounds good. I can help with that. What rating movie do you want to watch? Okay. And this is not a great example, but I'll just do this to show you how we can keep going conditionally and make as many branches as we want. Okay. All right. And again, I'm just going to say, be friendly and wait for a response before proceeding. Okay. All right. Good. All right. And then we're going to do two nodes off of this. Okay. So if it's, let's say if it's G or PG, we're going to come down this path. All right. And we're going to send them to a PG or G URL. All right. And if they say they want PG-13 or R, then we're going to come down the more, the more vulgar path, the more explicit path. And so we're going to come here and we'll lead them down this path here. Okay, so again, I just want to show you here that we can kind of make these as granular as we need. So user says G-rated movie or PG-rated movie or anything that is kid-friendly. Okay, so we'll go with that. And then the second one will be, user says PG-13 or R-rated movies. Something not kid-friendly. Okay. All right, cool. So not a great example, but, you get the point. Okay. And then we'll say this. Okay, sounds good. You can find our kid-friendly movies at this URL. And then we'll say, abc.com/kids. All right. Please go to our website and find a time that works best for you. And then that'll be it for this flow in this example. All right. So we will add a node that'll be end call. All right. And we'll just connect that here. And our message will be something like, we'll just say true. Okay. So true, that means that we'll always come through. All right. We'll always come down this path no matter what the user says. And we'll just say, thank you for contacting ABC Movies or Movie Theater. We'll see you here soon. Okay. And then same thing here. If they want a more, vulgar or explicit movie, we'll say, sounds good. You want to have a fun time tonight. Please go to our website at www.abcmovies.com/adults for our showtimes. Be friendly and wait for a response before proceeding. Okay, and then again, we're going to add a end call node, just like that. We're going to say true. Okay. And then same thing, thank you for calling ABC Movies. We'll see you here soon. Okay. So there's that. I'm going to save this so we don't lose anything. And we'll zoom out here and just look at how this is looking so far. Okay. So we have our first path. And it looks like this. And I'm just going to move everything over a little bit. Okay, so that's our first path. So again, we're going to call. If they mention anything about today's movie times, we're then going to ask them if they want a kid movie or an adult movie. And then if they, based off what they say, we're going to route them to different URLs on our website. Okay, and then we're going to hang up the call. Okay, so that's what we've done so far. Very, very simple, very easy. All right, and now we're going to take a step up. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to actually ask them a question about a birthday party, or they're going to be interested in having a birthday party at our movie theater. And if they are interested in that, if that's what they're calling for, then we're going to route them down a path and we're going to say something like, okay, sounds good. Let's take your details down. We will send you an email that has all of our birthday information. And then we will automatically send them an email by firing a webhook out of VAPI into make.com. And I'll show you how to set all that up too. All right, so I'm going to start with a conversation node. Okay, and I'm going to connect this here. And I'm going to start by saying, give it the condition to route it down this path. So user says that they want to book a birthday party or an event at our movie theater. Okay. All right. So I'll say something like, sounds great. We love hosting birthday parties at our theater. We'd love to send you some information via email right now, giving you more details on how it works. Okay. And then we'll say, can you please give me your first name? Okay. And then the prompt, we're going to say, you are extracting the first name of the caller so that we can send an email to this person after the call. Extract, and then I'm going to give it a variable first name from the caller and log it for me. Okay. All right. And then I'll say something like, make sure you get the first name before proceeding to the next node. If you miss the name, clarify with the caller. Okay. So what we're doing here is we are actually going to start storing information from our caller into variables, right? And so we're going to mention in our prompt here, we're going to give the node a goal so it knows what it's doing. But what we're also going to do is we're actually going to scroll down here to extract variables, right? And we're actually going to tell the system explicitly that we're actually extracting a variable from this node. Okay, so we're going to prompt it, and we're also going to explicitly tell it that we need a first name. Okay, and let me make sure that's saved there. And it didn't, so I gotta go hit save. So you're just gonna come down to extract variables. You're gonna type in here the name. In this case, it's a string, and we're gonna hit save. Okay, and then if you zoom in on this node here, if you zoom in on this node, you can see that we're now extracting first name. Okay, and at that point, once it extracts it, our voice agent will store that first name as a variable, and then we can send that variable out to make in subsequent steps, okay, which I'll show you here in just a second. All right, cool. And now we need to get email. So we need to get an email for where we're going to send this to. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this node just like that. I'm going to drag it underneath and connect. All right. Again, we're just going to say, and then this time we're going to say something like, first name is not empty. Okay. Perfect. All right. And then we could have another flow here where it's like, hey, if it is empty, if somehow we miss the first name, we basically wrap back around and ask it again. We don't need to do that here in this example, but you can start doing stuff like that. Okay. So now we're going to ask for email. So I'm going to say something like, okay, thank you for that. Can you now please give me your email so I can send you details? Give me your email so that I can send you details on our events. Okay. And then this time I'm going to say you're extracting the email of the caller so that we can send an email. Okay. Extract. And this time we'll just do email. Make sure you get the email before proceeding. If you missed the email, clarify with the caller. Okay. And we're going to scroll down. We're going to come down to variables. And this time we want not first name, but we want email. Okay, again, we're just explicitly telling the agent what we want here. We're going to hit save. Okay. Perfect. All right. So that is that. Now we're going to have first name. We're going to have email. And now what we're going to say is, I don't know, something like, okay, we are emailing that to you right now. We look forward to having you at the movie theater or something like that. Okay. So just something polite. So we'll add another conversation node and we'll just say, okay, thank you so much. We are emailing you details right now. See you at the theater. Okay. Something like that. All right, we're just going to say be friendly and then move on to next node. Okay. All right. Now, how are we going to send this data out to make.com? Okay. So as I change this to true, start thinking about what you think that's going to look like. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to add another node, and this time we're going to make an API request. And this is where we're actually going to send all of this data, so this email and this first name data, out to make.com, okay? So what we really need here is we need a webhook URL to send all that data to. Okay, so we're gonna come to make, and we have just set up like a little webhook here, all right? And so we're just gonna grab our webhook URL here, and let me make sure I grab all of it, okay? So grab this, copy it, and then we're just gonna come and drop that in right here like that. All right, we're going to give it a name. So it's going to be, I don't know, send email, whatever, doesn't matter. All right. And then your request method is going to be post. Your headers, we're just going to add one, and it's going to be content dash type and then application slash JSON. Okay. Request body. We're going to explicitly tell this node what data we want to pass out. Okay, and so we need first name, and it has to be required. It's going to be a string. All right, and then also email. So remember, this is what we're capturing up above. Both of them are strings, and we need our webhook to include both of those. All right, and that's it. Okay, so we're gonna hit save, and we are good to go. So I'm gonna hit, I'm gonna connect this like this. Again, I'm gonna set this to just true, so it always happens. And then last but not least, on this flow, we are going to end the call. Okay, so I'm going to drop in one more node here, end call. And it's going to say something like, I don't know, we look forward to seeing you at the theater or something like that. Okay. All right. So that is our second flow. All right, guys, just want to slide in here real quick and let you know that, if you're trying to build a voice agent like this for your company and it's just too complex, you don't know how to do it, you're running into roadblocks, or you're trying to build a voice agent like this for one of your clients, and you need a little help, just get down below in the comments. I will have a link to our website where you can get in touch with us. We would love to partner with you, help you build your voice agent for, again, your company or your clients. Anyways, let's get back to the video. And now we're going to set up our third flow, which is going to be anybody who wants, any kind of like corporate sales conversation. They want to open up their own movie theater, or they want to partner or something. We're gonna transfer them live to a live sales rep. Okay, so I'm gonna drop in another node, and this is gonna be a conversation node. All right, and we're just gonna attach it here. And this is going to be, let's set up our conditions here. So user mentions wanting to franchise another movie theater branch or corporate sales. Okay, something like that. I don't know. Okay, so that'll be that. And then we'll say something like, awesome, we'd love to go into business with you. Do you mind if we transfer you to a live sales rep to better field your query? Okay, I'm gonna say be friendly and nice and wait for a response before moving on. Perfect. And then we'll do two little flows here. So one will be if they say yes, then we are going to transfer their call. Okay. And we're going to add a destination. It's going to be a phone number. Okay. And I'm just going to do a dummy phone number here. Okay. But you obviously want to put in, the phone number that you want to transfer to. Okay. Sounds good. And that's that. Okay. And we'll connect this here. And we'll say if user says yes. Okay. And then if they say no, then we'll say, okay, sounds good. Okay, no problem. Please go to our website for further information. Be friendly and nice. Okay. And then at the end of that one, we're going to end the call. Okay. So we'll end the call right after that. Have a great day. All right. And we're just going to connect all of this now. So we'll say if user said no. Good. And this will just be true. Okay. Okay, so we're going to save this down. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to test this live. So what we're going to do is we're just going to come up here and hit call. And I'm going to hope that you guys can hear this. Audio might be a little weird, so bear with me. But we're going to be playing audio off my laptop into the mic, but this should work. So let's test this all out. We might need to make some tweaks. I really want to make sure that we're pulling in the data to our webhook here that we need so we can set up that email flow. But we're going to do a couple test calls now and make sure this works.
Hi, thanks for calling ABC Movie Theater. How can I help you today?
Hey there, I'm looking for show times today.
Okay, sounds good. I can help with that. What rating movie do you want to watch?
I'm looking for a kids movie.
Okay, sounds good. You can find our kids friendly at this URL, abc.com/kids. Please go to our website and find a time that works best for you.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you for contacting ABC Movie Theater. We'll see you here soon.
Okay, beautiful. So that worked. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to test our second flow here, which is our birthday party / events flow. Okay. And what I'm really interested in seeing here is if we're able to send our first name and our email here to our webhook and make, because then we can attach like an email node and send out an email to people. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this call and I'm going to run that webhook and see if we're getting that data in.
Hi, thanks for calling ABC Movie Theater. How can I help you today?
Hey, I'm looking to book a birthday party at the movie theater.
Okay, great. We love having birthday parties at our theater. I am going to ask you some contact details now so that I can send you an email with information on how to schedule an event at our theater. What is your first name?
Alex.
Okay, great. And what is the best email to send this information to?
Alex@yahoo.com.
Okay, thank you so much. We are sending you an email right now with information on how to book an event at our theater. We can't wait to see you here.
Awesome, thank you.
You're very welcome, Alex. If you have any more questions or need help with your booking, just let us know. Fantastic birthday celebration.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you at the theater.
Okay, so a little choppy there at the end. We can clean that up. But really what we want to see is if we got this webhook and it looks like we did. Okay, so we can see in make here, we've got email, we've got first name. So that is coming through live. And so again, then what we can do is very easily trigger, a Gmail module where we then, pass that information in and send like a templatized email about our birthday parties. Okay. So that is looking really, really good. All right, now the last flow we need to test here is our third flow, where we're going to actually be transferring the call to a live rep. Now, because we're just kind of building this demo here in this canvas, it's not actually going to call or transfer the call. But, we'll just test it out and make sure up to that point it works. The second we turn this thing like live and attach a phone number to it, it'll actually be able to call that number. Okay, so let's just test this out quickly and see if it works.
Hi, thanks for calling ABC Movie Theater. How can I help you today?
Hey, I'm looking to open up a franchise somewhere in town.
Awesome. We'd love to go into business with you. Do you mind if we transfer you to a live sales rep to better field your query?
Yes, please. Okay, so that transfer worked. Again, that call is not actually going to come through here because we're just testing out. But this thing is working. You know, in a live scenario, when you attach a phone number to this assistant, to this workflow, you're going to get a live call there. Okay, so that is it, guys. That is how you can build a very advanced, custom conditional customer service inbound agent inside of VAPI, all in the span of probably 20 minutes. Okay, obviously you can get more complex than this. You can kind of build these flows out as advanced as you need. You can add as many as you want. Like I showed you at the beginning of the video, these things get very complex. You can charge up to $10,000 for voice agents like this. So a lot of money to be made and a lot of time to be saved for you and your company as well. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, go down and smash that like button for me. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing. That'd be awesome. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, get down in the comments and let me know as soon as possible. And I'll get back to you with any information I can. Thank you guys so much for being here, for being along for the ride, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.